United States, 3 oldest organizations, and also 3 members of Saba. KSPJ, as mentioned, main office in Joliet, Illinois. SMPJ, main office in Imperial, Pennsylvania, and AMLA, main office in Cleveland, Ohio. And also, Luli mentioned, Pueblo. We have 4 sister cities between United States and Slovenia. Pueblo with my city, Maribor. Cleveland, sister city with Ljubljana. Piran, sister city with Indianapolis. And Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, with sister city with Murska Sobota. And this is important, that we have behind our Slovenian community also the municipalities, cities, counties. And I'm really honored that we have here a member of the village of Lemont, George Schaefer. And please, if you tell us some words in the name of City of Lemont.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome to Lemont on this beautiful fall day. A little bit chilly outside, but I'm sure we have a great program here for you today. But I do want to thank Martina for reaching out to the village, getting us involved. This is the type of event that's right in our wheelhouse and supporting businesses coming together, business people coming together, sharing ideas. Mayor Reeves would have loved to have been here today. Being a very successful business person in his own right, this would have been up his alley as well. He had a conflict in his schedule, but on behalf of the mayor and the community of Lemont, I'd like to welcome the Business Association to Lemont, and thank you to the Cultural Center for reaching out to the village. We recognize and understand the importance of events like this to come together and share ideas, and I'm very happy to have this event in Lemont. If there's anything in the future that Mayor Reeves or myself or anyone from the village can do for the association, for the Cultural Center, please let us know. We're 100% behind you, and anything to further promote your organizations or to support it, we are on board. But thank you very much, and enjoy the conference.
October 2010 was the first trade mission from Slovenia on the way to New York City with one stop in Dayton, Ohio. 15 companies from Slovenia at that time, and we just got the idea in the car, was about to do something even more to connect Slovenian businesses with American businesses. January 2012 was official established Slovenian American Business Association office in Cleveland. And from the first minute on, I have really 2 supporters by this idea. One of these is Tina Ivic. He is the real Clevelander now in Florida because it's too cold in Cleveland. And second one is Joe Jože, president of Slovenian American Business Association. And I really want to just thank you, Jože, for all your support for this idea, because for the start it's not so easy. It's not easy yet. But still we are working, we are trying to make an introduction for Slovenian companies in the United States, vice versa also for American companies, together with MCHEM in Slovenia. And if you can come and tell some words also about Slovenian American Business Association, President of Saba, Joe.
Thank you, Yuda. Welcome to everyone. We have some very distinguished guests here, and we're all honored by your presence. Thank you very much. And as Yuda said, yes, it had a rocky start. We're still not in the finish lane. We're constantly working to improve this organization and to acquire more members who would be actually interested in commerce exchange. So far, we're fortunate in having over 50 members. However, we're not working as rapidly as we can in establishing business contacts that would profit any organization either here or back in Slovenia. The objective is not only to meet and greet, but the objective is to actually get some businesses that are cooperatively working. A few starts, yes, but unfortunately still not the landslide that it could be or should be. So what I would ask of each and every one of you, if you know of anyone who has an interest, who has a desire, or who has a need to do business here in America, please encourage them to talk with us. Or conversely, anyone who has a need for excellent services, products, and or skills that are available in Slovenia, which is one of the very few countries that has 100% literacy. We would very much like to hear about that as well. We're here to support you. We're here to do whatever is necessary, but unfortunately, we're a very small team, so consequently, it takes a considerable amount of planning and obviously a considerable amount of expense. We are totally independently funded. We have no support from any government. We are a non-profit organization, and we have, with a lot of work on Yuda's part and a number of other volunteers, his family included, Neville as an example, and others who have worked very hard to get us to where we are. We've hosted several visitors from Slovenia. We have hosted, in concert with Amcham, a group of business people came here and visited Cleveland, Akron, and Pittsburgh very successfully. Unfortunately, all this takes time and all this takes money. So consequently, as we move forward, we're going to have to start putting out some sort of a menu of services that we can provide and some sort of fee structure as to what that is going to be. The meet and greet always is available at no cost. However, other services are going to have to start being funded. So I'm sorry to have to say that, but unfortunately the reality is we're here to grow. We are here to provide a service, and we want to continue existing rather than perish. And unfortunately, when Mr. Schnaps, who was really fundamental in getting this going, is going to be leaving us next year, we need to be on our own feet and be able to continue. So again, thank you very much for all of your attendance, your support, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.
No, it's okay. And yeah, it's true, we are really volunteers, we just want to try and help to mostly middle-sized or small companies to come to American market. And we have now in this moment, I think 52 companies, not 51 anymore, but 52. Slovenia, United States, and also already one from Austria. And not only that I was before my term here, I was a Consul General in Austria, but I think, that not that we have the name Slovenian American Business Association, but we are open for everybody. If somebody is coming from South Africa, we will take it. Because we are here just to connect the people, open the door, and then it's from you. If you will put your leg between the door, it's do business, it's then your job. But we are helping in this case, and I'm really honored that also my boss is here, the Slovenian ambassador in the United States in Washington, D.C. That means also huge support for economic diplomacy in my office, in D.C., and especially support for Slovenian American Business Association. Please, Dr. Božuzela, Slovenian ambassador in the United States.
Gospodje, dober dan. Sicer malce mrzo dan, ampak sončen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to attend the second Saba Business Conference, kindly hosted by Slovenian Catholic Center here in Vermont. And of course, I would like to thank all the previous introductory speakers, Mrs. Jose Kuda, Mr. Kasarek, Mr. Kokal, representative from the Mon community, and of course to my colleague, Lucia's Mouse. As he said, I can just confirm that Saba is a very important partner for Slovenian economic diplomacy in the United States. For what is still a relatively young organization, it has only managed to build an impressively solid and high quality membership. It is good to see the association on a clear path of growth, as was mentioned by Mr. Kocher, both in terms of membership, I learned 52, as well as geographic scope. Those of you who are already members, you know the benefits. The association is a unique meeting place for Slovenian and American businesses. It relies on a vast pool of shared knowledge and can add great value through a very wide contact network of its members. For those who have not joined it yet, the doors are open, as we have heard, and I'm sure will be more than welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I want me now to try and set the scene for what I'm convinced will be a very interesting discussion. Let me start by stating that we are at the right place at the right time. Chicago area is an excellent choice for this event for two reasons. Firstly, it has one of the world's largest and most diversified economies with an annual gross regional product of over 500 billion, if I'm wrong. Top ranked for economic potential among major cities across the world, the city and the region are expected to grow even further. With its commitment to be the greatest, greenest city in America, Chicago is well posed to cut its share in one of the fastest industries of the future. A chapter in the story of success of Chicago and the wider region has also been written by the community of American Slovenians of different generations, who chose to settle this part of America. Today, it is estimated, and John, correct me if I'm wrong here, that more than 8,000 people in the Chicago area consider themselves of Slovene origin. Lemont, our host today, is where the new hub of the community is. And this brings me to the second reason why the venue of today's conferences were chosen. The Slovenian community here is in the best position to facilitate contacts between the businesses from Slovenia and those from this region. I hope today's event will bring the Slovenian economy and our businesses closer to you, leading perhaps to new partnerships and cooperation. We don't expect business to be done in the name of feelings people here might have towards Slovenia. This is not how business is done. However, the links that we share should and could help both sides to make an easier start. For Slovenian businesses' interest in the US market, this is a very good place to start. And the same goes for American businesses with plans in the European Union market. Slovenia is a very good place to enter a single market of 500 million. We share common transatlantic economic space, the largest trading bloc in the world, accounting for half of the world GDP. Within this context, Illinois' economic relation with the European Union is already strong. The export of goods to the European Union countries accounted for some 16% of the overall Illinois export in 2012. The share of export in services was even bigger, 36%. As you probably know, the European Union and the United States are currently negotiating the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. Successful conclusion and implementation of the TTP is estimated to increase Illinois' export to the European Union by 33% and could boost net employment by up to more than 30,000 jobs. The timing for this conference also could hardly be better. Recent years have been challenging for the Slovenian economy. For the first time in our history as an independent country, we have, unfortunately, suffered a recession. However, all the signs for a solid, robust recovery are now in place. In fact, according to the latest forecast, our economy is expected to grow by 2.4% this year, and growth is expected to continue next year as well. The new Slovenian government was recently sworn in. It has put creating a predictable and business-friendly environment on the top of the priority list. The government is committed to support strong internationalization of the Slovenian economy and to facilitate foreign direct investment. To provide a stable environment for the business, the government is undertaking fiscal consolidation. The budget deficit is expected at 3.4% GDP this year, and gradually falling below 3% in the next year, in fact to 2.8%. The second priority of my government is to support full recovery of the financial and banking sector in order for the banks to serve the financial needs of the business, which are expected to increase as the economy grows. Thirdly, the government is committed to conclude the privatization of the remaining 12 state-owned companies from the first privatization package. As you know, 3 companies have already been privatized. One was sold to Austrians. It was a chemical factory from Consul General. Fotoma, a leasing company, is now owned by the Americans, and Ljubljana Airport is to be owned by a German company. And effective and transparent process of privatization is seen as an important signal to foreign investors that Slovenia is open for business. To conclude, if you are thinking about doing business with Slovenia or in Slovenia, this is a very good time to make the move. If you decide to do so, you'll be in a very safe pair of hands with Saba and our Consul General of Clement. However, should you have any questions or need any guidance from the embassy in Washington, D.C., our doors, my door of my economic counsel, Mr. Rinchen, are wide open. Ladies and gentlemen, gospe in gospodje, želim vam uspešen dan. Thank you very much.
Hvala lepa, gospod veleposlanik. I'm also honored because I think this is the first visit in Illinois from Slovenian ambassador, and that he connected his first visit in Illinois with our conference. I'm really honored and happy to have here. Really thank you all first speakers, Tina, Rudy, George, Jože, Mr. Ambassador, because I think, this was the really nice and good introduction of what we are doing, what we want to do in the future. And unfortunately, with us cannot be today the economic chancellor at the embassy in DC, Goras Trinčo, but we have some slides in a movie he prepared. He was prepared to be here, but some reasons he cannot be. And everything is connected with the words from Mr. Ambassador. Some numbers, GDP of Slovenia, 15 companies going to privatizing and everything, but we will start with a movie about some success stories from Slovenian companies in Slovenia. this year 10 years to be a full member of NATO and the European Union. And in June 1991, we are independent country. As a nation, we are more than 1,000 years old, but as an independent country, we are 23 years young. And I'm just always telling the story when Slovenia was in time with negotiation with the European Union. I was Consul General in Austria. And I can tell you open that Austria and Italy are coming from the first minute on our side to be a full member, because when Slovenians will come, they will take our jobs. And then I have lectures and seminars and telling how good we are to be a full member of the European Union. And sometimes I got a question from the audience, what is wrong with you Slovenians? I said, something is not okay. You have always been, in this union, so-called, Habsburg monarchy, Yugoslavia, Kingdom, Slovenian, Serbs and Croats. And then you, I don't know after how many years, you'll be independent. And then after 20 years independence, you want to be again in another union. What is wrong with you Slovenians? And my response was all time the same, that this is the first time that we want to go. As you know, that area was always, one of the predecessors from Mr. Ambassador told, we are small but not little. And these are real words about Slovenians, about Slovenia. When Saba is selling Slovenia as a market, it's not probably Slovenia as a market too small for American interest, but the position of Slovenia, where we are, what you can reach out of Slovenia, like distance Cleveland to Chicago, 6 hours. What you can reach with a car 6 hours out of Slovenia. That's important. Slovenia is the middle of the Europe, heart of Europe. And with some of these numbers, I think is a really good potential for American companies to come to see if there are any possibilities to do something with Slovenian companies. We will see also in the next part of the program some of the success stories of Slovenian companies, or in the United States, or they want to come to the United States market. Also, Saba is interested not just to be one way, just Slovenian companies in the United States, but we also want to show in the Slovenian market through Saba to American companies. You have big benefit to the American companies that you have Amcham in Slovenia. They're doing a really good job. It was in May this year, they organized together with Saba, 15 companies came, like you already mentioned, to Cleveland, Akron, and Pittsburgh. And I think they are now preparing the next trade mission next year, February, to Colorado, to Denver and Pueblo. And also was mentioned, 15 companies still owned from the state. They are going to be privatized, and 3 of them already sold. And I think this is the good way, or as Ambassador said, the good time to be a part of economic system in Slovenia, to see where you can do something, and mostly there are some more companies that are not on this list, but for sale, first part is for sale also brewery Laško, that's not I'm so happy, but I think 31% is going out for sale for 75 million euros, and last information, there are a lot of interest to buy the brewery. And don't forget, in the United States, the oldest beer that you are brewing on American field is Yingling, near Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, 1829. If you're going to the bar and see Laško Pivo, bottle is 1825. And we will start, I hope, end of the year or latest January 2015 to brew Laško Pivo in Cleveland. That means we will be the oldest beer, because we have a recipe from Laško, the oldest beer while we will brew on American floor. It's also, because Americans like stories, and this is one of the stories. And you see, also the second largest bank, my bank, Nova Kreditna Banka Maribor, is for sale, and some companies, in Celje, Inkarna Celje, Univerzreče, Žito, Telekom, the largest telecom institution in Slovenia, sold already airport, it's also Adria, for sale, Elan, Fotona is sold, Letrika, Paloma, also my area, Štajerska. And yeah, but I think this list will be renewed, and then the new government will put some new names on that list. You can see some, for the future plans, growing rates from the European Economic Forecast Autumn, and what is also for us important, to be I'm always, my lectures at universities in the United States, I'm telling it's not so known in United States that in Europe you have 3 families. It's European Union family, 28 members, 28 countries, the last one Croatia. Then you have the Euro family with the same money, 18 of us, and then you have Schengen family. That means there is no control on the border, 28. But still not Romania and Bulgaria. They're applying every year to be also in the Schengen family, but they're getting the veto from Netherlands, always. And you know, when you get one veto from members, European Union members, you are stopped. Like Macedonia, they want to try to be a member and start negotiations, but because of the name, the Greece is always telling no veto because the Macedonia is the old Greek name and you cannot use it. But Romania and Bulgaria are not in Schengen, they are not in Europe, but they are in the European Union family. And this is always, you know, when you're reading about the problem in currency, you know, euro in Greece or Portugal, that's the problem of 18, not of 28. Because the problem of the countries, they have the same money. And I hope these numbers will be, you know, to 2016, that we will catch these numbers, take these numbers, and but I think, you know, Slovenia is in a good position now after 2008, when the I told the time, you know, of big cost was behind us, and we just started, like in 1991, Slovenia lost overnight 75% of export market, because, you know, we go independent, and mostly 75% was the former Yugoslavia. But, you know, because of the nature of Slovenian people, good working, honest people, we make our orientation to West, and Slovenia was one of the success stories of, at that time, 10 members of the package who came to become members of, in May 2004, full members of the European Union. These are some numbers, and I think, yeah, the trade between the United States and Slovenia, not that in the same level, it's not growing, it's going down. And I hope that Saba will be one of the small points in that mosaic that we can help to grow this number between